Good morning. Good morning and happy Thanksgiving. This is my Wells exit survey. I type a lot, I talk a lot, and I'm about to right now. But it'd be a lot easier if I could just do it over video. So, I'm putting this link in the exit survey that I'm about to take so that I can direct you to this video. Wells Enterprises and everyone who worked there had showed me. So, hey, buddy, you're so pretty. He's up there on the corner. Okay, let me focus. It had said for the reason why I left, and the reason why I left was I'm going to start from the beginning. I cannot know what you don't know. That's what I tell people when I train them. So we're going to start from the beginning. When I was a child, growing up in Lamar's, working for Wells Enterprises was my dream career, and I never wanted to pursue that career until I got a little buddy out there. He's competing with me. No, he's just saying hi, but I always wanted to grow up and work at Wells Enterprises, but I didn't want to do it until I had solid foundation, until I was ready personally in my development professionally and everything else safety wise and with my social skills. And basically, I just want to make sure that things were going to fall apart and that I would be able to keep that going. However, my personal life fell apart. I didn't fall apart. Um, I never went back to those old ways. However, I just wasn't able to make it for the last 3 months of my position with Wells. I was staying in a motel and struggled to find residence, and I could not. However, my advocate, Doug, he had found a place for me that wouldn't have opened until December 10th. However, I was about to be homeless within the next week or two, and that would have been this week. I may have been homeless, which I am now, but that's here in Flagstaff, Arizona. If I were to be homeless in Lamar's again in the wintertime, let me tell you, the struggle to keep a professional and positive attitude, and even the physical demand the physical exertion which would have been demanded of me, I wouldn't have been able to keep it up. Sleeping on concrete at night hurts. It hurts so bad. Walking around every day, because it's kind of illegal to be homeless nowadays. You can't just walk in and use public restrooms. There's signs everywhere that say, no public restrooms available, or restrooms unavailable to the public, and it breaks the spirit. And I wouldn't have had anywhere to go. I have almost no resources. My family, my brothers live out of town. I have no ride, no transportation other than my 2 feet, which have gotten me to where I've always wanted to go. But the closest I would have been able to stay was in Merrill, and that would have been a good 5-10 mile walk every day to work and back from work. But everything, it's never just one reason. It's a collective of things, and that goes with everything, not just what I'm talking about now, but with everything in this world. So the reason why to everything, number one, is always God's will, God's plan, and people don't like that because like, no, that's the system thing, that's not the culture thing, that's not the society thing. But that's the truth. It always comes back to God's plan, and so I can't just add it all together for you here because it would take forever. This would be like a 1 hour video, just trying to explain all of these things. But with the resources that I had available, I wouldn't have been able to make it. And so it was a better idea. It was a better idea for me to leave now before it got that way. Had I had shown up to work, even 5 days within my homelessness in the cold here, my focus would have been off my nutrition and everything. Where would I store my food? Things like that. And I wouldn't have been able to keep the safety. One thing I noticed when I was working there was that whenever I'd look around, everyone was always watching the line or watching each other. Somebody always had their eye on me, or I had my eye on someone or on the product, and that made me feel really safe. And I know that I wouldn't have been able to focus and keep that for my peers, for my team, for my family there at Wells. So this is what had to happen, and there was nothing wrong with that company. That is the best company I've ever worked for in my life. The benefits, everything they offered, even when I said a minute ago with Doug, my advocate, trying to help me with resources and things like that. And they said, well, why didn't you just, find a place to move in? That's almost like when you don't have a job and people say, well, why don't you just go get a job? it's not up to me to just walk into a place and say, hey, my name's Joseph Allen Ocean. I'm going to be starting here tomorrow at 11 a.m. I'll be back. I'm a size 32 waist and a size 12 shoe. And then just expect to come in the next day and have a job. It's not up to me. Same with residents. I cannot just walk into a residence and say, hey, I live here now. Here's the money. There's background checks and there's fees like a $50 application fees, things like this, and the money would have just kept going down, which I was very, very limited on funds after the motel. My rent in Lamar's was $1,100 a month when my wife and I were together, and when I moved into the motel, that was close to $2,000 a month. So you can see if you add that plus everything else, like I said, it's just a collective of things. So, but I just want to say that for the first question, it asked me why I had left. It's God's will. I had to. Trust me, I think so far ahead in the future, but there's only so much I can do as an individual. And like I said, my resources were limited. I cannot just go door to door knocking on everyone's door in Lamar's and say, hey, look, this is my situation, which would take forever to explain, almost like right now, and say, can I stay with you? Who's going to grab? I've been through a little bit of that before, and it just doesn't work that way, guys. I'm sorry. But I love you so much, and if anyone is looking for a career opportunity at Wells and you do have some good stability, do it. Do it. That is the best career opportunity that you can make in your life if you live within that area. So, all right, that's it. I love you all very much, and thanks for watching this video, and happy Thanksgiving. Many blessings.